Welcome everyone to the QuickSight Learning Series. In today's webinar, myself Anwar Ali and my colleague Vetri Natarajan will be covering the topic, how to integrate QuickSight embedded application with IAM Identity Center. So this is the high level agenda for the session. We will explain QuickSight integration options with IAM Identity Center. We will also cover the method of integrating QuickSight with IAM Identity Center, how you can integrate it. We will then explain the use case in which we will show you an embedded QuickSight, an embedded application with QuickSight, and how users across multiple organizations can leverage IAM Identity Center for authentication and access the QuickSight dashboard seamlessly. And they will also have authorizations to have selective dashboard views as well as row level security. So AWS IAM Identity Center, let's first look what features are there in the AWS IAM Identity Center, what it is. So AWS IAM Identity Center enables administrator to securely create or connect workforce identities and manage their access across AWS accounts and applications. With IAM Identity Center, you can create and manage user identities in AWS and connect your existing identity sources like Microsoft Active Directory, Okta, Ping, JumpStart, JumpCloud, Google Workspace, and many more. It helps to simplify access management to AWS applications. Basically, there are two kinds of IAM Identity Center instances. First one is the organizational instance, and second is the account instance. So QuickSight provides integration with both of the identity center instance type, whether it's a organizational IAM Identity Center instance or account instance. So organizational instance, when I say QuickSight integrates with IAM Identity Center organizational instance, what is organizational instance of IAM Identity Center? When you enable IAM Identity Center in conjunction with AWS organization, you are creating an organizational instance of IAM Identity Center. In organizational instance, you centrally create and manage users for use across multiple AWS accounts and applications. If you have configured IAM Identity Center organizational instance, you can use it to manage QuickSight users and groups in any of the AWS member accounts as a part of the parent organization. This is depicted in the diagram. For users provisioned in IAM Identity Center organizational instance, here they can access QuickSight accounts belonging to individual line of business like HR, finance, sales, or they can also access QuickSight accounts across various environments like production and development. We recommend that first you always look for leveraging IAM Identity Center for authenticating with QuickSight and use the organizational level IAM Identity Center, because it's seamless. It allows you to seamlessly access QuickSight resources across multiple accounts. So this month, we also announced integration of QuickSight with account instance of IAM Identity Center. So when I say account instance of IAM Identity Center, it is an identity center instance that is bound to a single AWS account. And account instances are used to manage users and groups in a single AWS account for AWS managed applications like QuickSight or custom managed applications. You can create account instance from either standalone AWS account that is not managed by organization or a member account in organization. This is depicted in the slide. Here we are comparing both the organizational instance versus the account instance of IAM Identity Center and how it enables access to the QuickSight. So why you may need to access to integrate QuickSight with account instance of IAM Identity Center. There can be multiple use case scenarios for it. First one is if you want to integrate QuickSight account Identity Center instance for managing users in an ISV application. So for your application access as well as for embedded QuickSight dashboard, you can leverage the authentication of IAM Identity Center, and QuickSight dashboard access and data access can also be controlled by authorizing this IAM Identity Center users and groups. As users can be external across multiple organizations which are accessing your application. That can be internal or external users. Account instance rather than organizational instance may be better suited for such kind of scenarios. The second scenario is in which you have to enable access to QuickSight dashboard to both internal and external users. For example, if you have a sales compensation QuickSight dashboard that is used by both your internal employees in the sales department as well as external users like sales manager in your channel partner organization. So you can also uh, create and create those users in account level identity center instance and enable them seamless access to the QuickSight and your application. Third scenario can be when you have various business subsidiaries and these subsidiaries have chosen and maintaining users in separate identity stores for multiple reasons like regulatory compliance, subsidiaries operating in different countries, or mergers and acquisitions. There is if suppose they want to collaborate on a common project, and different users across these subsidiaries need to access and collaborate the QuickSight dashboard. So you can enable access to the QuickSight across various subsidiaries by creating an account level identity center instance and integrating it with the QuickSight. Fourth scenario, when you have a transient users, uh, you have to provision, authorize, and deprovision multiple users from organizations requesting access to the QuickSight embedded dashboard for a trial period for your application. Now, as we have discussed about organizational instance of IAM Identity Center and account instance and how you can leverage QuickSight integration, let's see the process of integrating QuickSight with IAM Identity Center. First, I want to highlight that you can integrate IAM Identity Center only when configuring a new QuickSight account. It doesn't configure with an existing QuickSight account. To convert an existing QuickSight account to an IAM Identity Center authentication method, you may export and import asset and recreate it. For a new account, the process of configuring the IAM Identity Center is is depicted in the screenshot. So while you configure the QuickSight account, you have to choose IAM Identity Center instance for as an authentication method in the flow, and it gives you both the options, the organizational instance and account instance. So you can select the appropriate option. And during provisioning of the QuickSight account, you must create and provide IAM Identity Center groups pertaining to the QuickSight role. For example, before configuring the QuickSight integration with IAM Identity Center in your IDP or in your Identity Center, you have to create groups for QuickSight authors, QuickSight admins, and QuickSight readers, and link it here on this particular screenshot, what you are seeing in the right. The groups created in IAM Identity Center are bound to the QuickSight roles of author, admin, and reader, and that way it enables you to access. So while provisioning the QuickSight account, you have to ensure that these two settings will be in place. Next, we will demonstrate the scenario of embedding QuickSight access from ISV application. In our demonstration, users for applications are provisioned in Okta IDP, and we are synchronizing it to IAM Identity Center using the SCIM. Using the SCIM specification, we are synchronizing Okta users to the AWS IAM Identity Center. We are using the account instance of IAM Identity Center. Okta is used more as an example here as an external IDP, but you can select any of the supported identity provider. You can integrate IAM Identity Center with it, or IAM Identity Center can even have users or groups locally. So you can select the identity provider of your choice and sync up users and groups from the IDP to the IAM Identity Center. And once the users are synchronized in IAM Identity Center, you can provision a QuickSight account and use the IAM Identity Center as an authentication method. So the authorizations to QuickSight dashboards, as well as for enforcing the row level security, you can use the IAM Identity Center users and groups. So within the QuickSight, you can seamlessly access this. And another advantage is when the same IDP users are also used for authentication and authorization within your application. So at central place, you can control the authorization and authentication for the users and groups. So this diagram explains the high-level setup, what we are going to demonstrate. So we have synchronized the account instance of IAM Identity Center. Let's say you are having a product which is consumed by multiple users across different organizations. So you have various customers. Here we are demonstrating it as a red customer and blue customer. And it's more like an ISV scenario where ISV is creating is enabling access to multiple to users across multiple organizations for their application, and QuickSight dashboards are embedded within the application. So how seamlessly they can provision, manage, and deprovision users to the QuickSight. We can also leverage here the roles, QuickSight authors, readers, and the admin roles. And for the end users, we are giving them QuickSight reader role access. And we have created a shared folder to seamlessly provide them access. So on the right side, you are seeing the folder hierarchies. So for example, for red organizations, you can create a shared folder in the QuickSight and assign it to the group pertaining to the red customer organization, while you can also create a blue customer shared folder and assign the permissions to the blue customer group, equivalent group, and that way they will own the resources within the QuickSight and seamlessly access it via the console experience or embedded QuickSight experience. So this is the setup, what we have done. The application owner, within that particular ISV organizations, you can have author, reader, and admin personas, while for the end customers, you can have a reader persona. So here we are depicting red customer group. We are making the users part of two groups. So first column, in the second column, you are seeing the QuickSight reader group that is pertinent to the role of the QuickSight users. So all the users at the customer side are given are being a member of QuickSight reader group, while on the right side you are seeing the customer group name. For example, any user belonging to red customer is part of red customer group in the Okta and likewise in the identity center. Same way, the users belonging to blue customer organization is part of the blue customer group, and they are owning, they are given access permission by assigning the resources in the blue customer group. So now I want to hand over it to Vetri. My colleague Vetri will demonstrate this entire setup. Over to you, Vetri.
Thank you, Anwar. That was a great overview. And let us see in action how IAM Identity Center helps you sync up the users between your embedded application as well as with QuickSight. So let me go ahead and share my screen. In our use case of an ISP provider, let's assume a scenario where we are going to onboard a new user onto the platform. So in this case, whenever you onboard a user, you add the user to the identity provider. So in our case, we are going to demonstrate it with Okta, but it could be any identity provider. And it will also be done programmatically, but here we are going to add the user manually. So I'm going to go ahead and add a user. So let me call it as blue customer. 6, and for the email I'm going to put customer. I'm going to set a password. I'm going to save this. Let's refresh this page and see if the user is created. Yeah, we got a new user, Blue Customer Reader 6 created. Now in order for this to sync up with QuickSight and IDC or Identity Center, we have to add it to a specific group. So I'm going to go ahead to this group. So you have to add any user who wants QuickSight access to be added to this particular group. So I'm going to add the newly created user, Blue Customer Reader 6, onto this group. And now this is now in order for this particular reader to be able to see all the dashboards that are available for this customer, the Blue customer, we need to add this user to another group, which is called the Blue Customer group. So this authorizes this user to see all the dashboard that is allowed for the Blue customer. I'm going to go ahead and add user Reader 6 to this group as well. So we'll just go ahead and verify the user is successfully added to these two groups. So I'm going to go to the user and to the groups as the user is in these two groups. Now let's go ahead and check how this automatically syncs up first with IAM Identity Center. So here we got two groups, Blue Customer group and QS Reader group. First let's also check if the user is already synced up here. Refresh it. Yeah, if you see here, it is the user is already synced up with IAM Identity Center as we created there. And now let's also check if the group membership is also synced. So I'm going to go to the QS Reader group. I'm going to check for it's not yet synced. Let's wait here for a few minutes or seconds to see if this sync up is happening. Refresh this one more time and see if we got the groups refreshed. So let's go ahead and check the QS Reader group. So you see that Blue Customer Reader 6 is already synced with QS Reader group, and let us also check the other group, the Blue Customer group, and we see that the reader is already synced here in IAM Identity Center. Now let us go ahead and check whether the user is present in QuickSight. So in order to check that, let us go to the Cloud Shell and let's try to see. Let's try and execute the describe user command for this particular user and see if we are able to get a response. So I'm going to type. So here I'm using the describe user command for the Blue Customer Reader 6 in the default namespace. You see that the user is created and it's in the active status, so which means that the user who is added in the Okta directory and to the respective groups like QS Reader group and Blue Customer group is now automatically synced first in IAM Identity Center and eventually in QuickSight as well. Now let's see how this setup seamlessly gives necessary access when the user logs into the ISV portal and launches the dashboard for the first time. So here one thing that you need to you need to observe is that you have not changed or added anything in the QuickSight console for this particular user once it is onboarded. So everything is seamless and automated. And now let's go to the the ISV portal. So here, this is the ISV portal where the user has to log in using their Okta login ID. So I'm going to give the email ID here. So the user was just created and is logging in for the first time into the ISV portal. And here you can see from QuickSight we fetched the dashboard that this particular user has access to, and we are seeing two dashboards. One, the common sales dashboard, which is available for all the customers, and the other one is very specific to Blue customer members, which is the Blue company sales dashboard. So here, based on the group the user is added in Okta directory, the user automatically gets access to the necessary dashboards in QuickSight. So this way your onboarding of users into your portal and QuickSight is seamless and automated. So now not only the authorization of the dashboard that the user has access, but it also governs the row level security in a given dashboard with the groups. Right. So now let's go ahead and launch common sales dashboard, which is common across all the customers. But when I, as a Blue customer user, logs in, I should see only the data relevant to the Blue customer. So here, if you log in here, you see that every data that I see is of Blue customer. Now let's go ahead and access the Blue company sales dashboard, and this dashboard is exclusively for the Blue customer, so I'll be able to see all the data in this particular dashboard. Now let's say that this customer who has subscribed is now unsubscribing for the analytics product. That is, he is unsubscribing for the QuickSight embedded dashboard, but still retains access to the portal. So in that case, let us see how removing the user from a particular group would make the user would revoke the access for the user in QuickSight. So let us go ahead and remove the user from the two groups. So I'm going back to Okta. And the user is here. I'm going to remove this user from these two groups, because now the user, though he is still subscribed to the portal, is unsubscribing for the analytics product that is there. So I'm going to remove this user from here, QS reader group, and also from Blue customer group. Right. And let's see how it gets reflected in IAM Identity Center. Let's go here. So if you see here, Blue customer reader 6 is already disabled because we removed them from that particular group. And let's also see here in QS reader group, you see that the Blue customer reader 6 is already disabled. And similar, it would be the case with the other group as well. So let's say in Blue customer group, the user is disabled. So which means that it is already propagated from Okta to IDC as and when we remove the user from that particular group. It is already synced. Now let's check in QuickSight. I'm going to execute the same command in QuickSight. You get that the resource not found exception, that is, the user is not found in QuickSight at all. Right. So now we clearly see that once we remove the user from the Okta directory groups, user lost access to QuickSight, right? And it is all automatic. Now let's go ahead to the portal and let us refresh this page. Let's refresh this page. The user is signing in, but this time we get the message that the user is not subscribed to the analytics product because the user lost access to the QuickSight, and whenever we send the API call to validate the user's presence and get the dashboard using QuickSight APIs, we didn't get any of the dashboards, and we found that the user is not part of QuickSight at all. So we are giving a relevant message to the front end that the user is not subscribed to the analytics product, and that is being displayed here. So this way we just saw how IAM Identity Center will help you in automating or syncing the users between your identity provider and QuickSight, and which in turn helps you in managing the access and row level security in QuickSight using your identity provider groups and users. Now let's consider the let's log into the other user, which is, say for example, from the other customer. I'm going to log out here, and we are going to see, let's log in as a red customer, and let's see how they are going to see what are the dashboards they will be seeing. So I'm going to log in here as a red customer reader. And when I logged in, so if here I can see the common sales dashboard is always available for me, and I also see the red customer sales dashboard, which is very specific dashboard for red customer only. So you can also see that I don't see the blue customer dashboard. So this is based on the groups in which the Okta group in which the users are assigned. Now in the common sales dashboard, when I log in, I'm able to see only the red customer records. So this way you can still have the same dashboard cater to different customers from users from different customers, but still apply row level and column level security using the identity groups in your identity provider.